Good evening, afternoon or morning YouTubers. Zimpaz here, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can save some electricity in your house. Now I've got two gadgets that I'm going to test out. First is an electricity meter, which will tell me how much electricity I'm using, obviously. And the second is a remote control plug, so I can remotely turn off any standby items that I have. Right then, so the first of our energy saving gadgets is this Lime energy saving plug, provided by shoponlime.com. Comes in a nice box, and straight out the box you cut the plug. Now this, let me take it out, is a plug that you plug into the mains. Obviously you take that off. Just plug it into the mains, and then you plug anything that you want to be power saved into this plug. And what you can do is it's got a attached remote control sensor thingy with a sticky pad on the back, and then you can set one of your remote controls to be the switch for it. So if I want to say, I wouldn't have it as my power button, but I'd have it as, say, the red button down here on my Samsung TV remote. When I press the red button, anything attached to this plug will be turned on at the mains. Right then folks, as all my plugs that everything's plugged into are behind sofas and behind television units, I'm going to give you a little demo now using a lamp, an extension lead and the Lime remote plug. So I've plugged it in, and when it's first plugged in, the light flashes, as you can see. That means it's ready to be synchronized with your remote control. So the receiver here, you just need to point your television remote at it and hold down a button, and the light will flash it differently. So I'm going to go with the red button on here because I hardly ever use it. I don't want to use the main power one. As you can see, the light has come on. So according to the instruction manual, you have to wait 60 seconds before you can turn it off again, which is really weird. But anyway, I'm going to give you a quick demo now. I've synced this red button with this remote control, and there you go. Goes off with the red button, turns on with the red button. Very clever. Right, so here we have the electricity meter supplied by British Gas when I signed up for my services with them. Free of charge as well, which is quite good. It says open me up for great energy savings. So let's have a look what's inside. So we've got a leaflet on the top. Say hello to your electricity monitor and savings up to £150. We'll see about that. User instructions. It's easy, apparently. Right, so inside the box, what do we have? On the left, we have the meter that attaches to your... Wow, it's hard to get out. Okay. Got the meter that attaches to your electricity meter. So on one of the wires that goes in, you clip this on and it transmits the signals on that. Next up in the middle, we have Put Me Where You Can See Me. This is the actual meter itself. This shows us how much electricity is being used. Next up over here on the right hand side, we have this actually plugs into this meter here, and this is what goes around the cable. So this monitors the electricity flow going to your meter. I'll go and install that in a second. Then there's a power adapter for the reader, some batteries. I presume this goes in the reader thing that goes in your meter, because there won't be any mains electricity there. Well, there's the mains electricity but no plugs. And that is it. So let's see what happens when I try and plug this all in. Okay guys, so I've got the meter plugged in, I've got the batteries in the transmitter. Now I'm on to installing and pairing these two devices together. So apparently you just have to hold down, press set on here, and then when you hold down these two until pair appears on the screen. Now I have to press the pair button on the transmitter. As you can see, there's a nice big arrow telling me where the pair button is. So I just press this, until you see the LED light on the circuit board flash. There you go. Blimey, that took a while. And there you have it. The bar has gone to full, which it says in the instructions is what happens when they're paired. The next stage is to add this sensor to my electricity meter, so I'll see you in the meter room. Hello everyone, welcome to my meter room. Lovely place to be. As you can see, I've got the British Gas transmitter attached to the wire at the bottom of my meter. So let's see what happens when I try and read it. Right, so I'm back from the depths of the meter room, and my transmitter is now, or not my transmitter, my meter is now showing a reading. It's showing that I'm using 0.57 kilowatts. I can scroll up and down as well, and that'll show me how much that is in CO2 per hour, kilograms of CO2 an hour, 0.24, and pounds per hour, which is 9 pence an hour. Wow. Splashing out today. Okay, so that's 0.58, we'll call it. It's been going to 0.58 and 57. We'll call it 0.58. Now that is with all this gadgetry. So we've got the telly on standby, we've got the DVD player on standby, we've got the Western Digital plugged in. I don't think it's on standby though. The Xbox 360, now that is of course got a big power brick, and the power brick I know has a light on it, so that's wasting electricity. If we pan over here, we'll see my computer down here. I know that computers use electricity when they're turned off. The network cards tend to use a little bit. My telephone, cordless telephone. Down here underneath we've got the NAS drive that I reviewed in my last video. Now I know that is sometimes spins up, and it does go on standby, but sometimes it spins up when it sees network access. Moving up, in the back of my desk here we've got my router. Now that's permanently on, so that should be using a few bits of electricity. And of course my monitor, which is on standby, and my speakers. Now my speakers, interestingly, often make a buzzing noise coming from the subwoofer, which is obviously a waste of electricity, so we'll have to see how that goes. Right, so I've got the meter reading before all the standby units were turned off. I'm now going to install the two plugs. Basically, I've got all of this lot running off one plug, and I've got all of this lot running off another. So we are now down to 0.47 or 48 kilowatts, which is 19 kilograms of CO2 an hour, or 8 pence an hour. So in conclusion, I have saved, or will be saving, 11 kilowatts per hour that my items are turned off at the mains. So that's whenever I'm at work, whenever my girlfriend's at work, whenever we're asleep, which is probably sort of 70% of the time, because we're only really here in the evenings. So that's 10 kilowatts, 0.06 kilograms of CO2 an hour, or 1 pence an hour. So 1 pence an hour might not seem like much, but that is 1 pence an hour for every single hour of every single day of every single year. Well, the hours that everything's turned off for. So let's say the average day, let's say 15 hours of the day, that means 15 pence a day. So times that by 365 is £54 a year. So you're making a big saving there. As for reviews, I'd say the electricity meter was really easy to set up. Literally, I got it going in minutes. Only recording the video held me up. The plugs, also quite cool. The downside is you can't turn them off turn them on until 60 seconds has passed since this last transaction, which is a bit funny, but how often are you going to need to turn something off straight away? Probably not very often. So, in conclusion, both really good items, and hopefully I'm now going to be saving £54 a year. We'll see, eh? So if you have been, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this and you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. Also, please comment below. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this subject. Until next time, thanks very much.